Arkansas boy with a lifelong plan took the oath like his old man, then turned around proud and shook his hand. L.A. kid stood right behind, took a deep breath and signed on the line, while tears streamed from his mama's eyes. They hopped right up on that Greyhound bus, swapping stories. They laughed and cussed, and they talked about the girls that they loved. They made a pact, shined up their boots, got the call before it hit the news. No clue what they were about to do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Thursday. Welcome to Finish This Fight, the podcast. And at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time over here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Y'all, we got a show coming up that I ain't even really sure what's getting ready to happen. Man, I just met this dude a couple weeks ago, and he is so full of energy, piss and vinegar. I mean, I don't know where this thing's going to go. I'm a little nervous, just to be honest with you. So if y'all have ever been on social media for any amount of time, if you've been on TikTok, if you've been on X, if you've been on social media, you've seen the white rabbit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the white rabbit right here, and we are getting ready to dig deep. I want you to say hello to a young man out in Florida. This is the white rabbit. What's happening, man?
How you doing, everybody?
Gee, man.
Beautiful day, Gulf of America right behind me. What a better setting to start off the show.
Brother, I can't think of a better place, the Gulf of America. I was in the Gulf of America for the first time about 3 weeks ago and almost felt like I needed to salute when I drove over the bridge, man.
You know it.
Yeah. So, Rabbit, baby, let's get started. I just showed a video on one of your videos on Facebook just a little while ago. There's some crazy crap happening in this country, and it just gets crazier and crazier. And I think you're exposing something that's kind of unique, maybe a little bit proprietary. You might be one of the first ones to actually bring out this data. Do you want to start there, or do you want to come to that in a little bit? Where do you want to go?
Well, I want to tell everybody about, you've heard of these data centers, right? Where it all started with me, it started with these foreign phone box farms that these people have been putting out. Like, if you've ever been on social media and you just don't know where all these F. Donald J. Trump comments from, people that are just adherent to just horrible people just saying shit, you just want to smack them in the face, but you can't report them. They seem to be immune because they are AI systems. Box phone farms. It could be one phone farm inside of one of these data facilities could have up to 1 million accounts on these old phones where they remove the guts, remove the screen and batteries, place them on these computer AI systems, and they are manipulating people. They are driving America into division. They are actually going to cause a civil conflict. Most of these illegal ones are I started to see in like China, India, Pakistan, Iran, northern, Western Africa. And then I went into these data centers. They're popping up everywhere. But what they're not telling you, this is where these bots are coming from. This is where these AI accounts are coming from. And nobody's talking about it. Even Mark Zuckerberg himself is investing $50 billion in these data centers. And there's probably one coming up right in your backyard.
Dude, you've sent out some stuff that's pretty powerful. Let me play this first one. And then I don't think I've uploaded the ones that were really powerful with showing the bot farms. I'm going to see if I can find that on your TikTok in a moment while you're talking.
There's something you have to look up on TikTok right now. Go in that search bar up there and look up phone box.
The reason why they're going far,
just like
there we go.
Phone box farm. You're welcome.
Phone box farm, man.
Yeah, and that one you showed, there's one video where it shows like I did a video reply to a comment. The box farm contacted me, and in that, now if you can see it on my TikTok, you'll see like a comment next to my head in the video, like the big one. That one right there is the box farm responding to me, admitting that they are in these data centers and comprehensive for clickbait, share, kind of like what Harry Sisson. You wonder how these dopey ass kids are getting so much coverage, or how Green Ginger can't even, or Jolly Good Ginger can't even afford dental work, but he's making millions of views. It's because these bot farms are pushing it. Like on TikTok, if anybody ever notices, it'll say 60% of people watch your video at 0.00 seconds. What entity on this planet could react in less than a millisecond? AI.
Right.
They will personally, either they're going to watch your video all the way through, like it, and share it so it pushes up the algorithm. So you could have 10,000. That's all it takes to either have your video go down or go up. It's paid propaganda.
Man, I'm looking for it right now. That's why you don't see me looking directly at you. Your TikTok with that video, White Rabbit official.
But look at the third one pinned, the one where I'm in a gray shirt, and play that one.
Yeah, but I got to find
that'll give people. That one got 1.3 million views on TikTok because TikTok didn't take it as a social issue. It got disguised as a tech video. If you try to make it political, TikTok will strike it down. It'll just get suppressed.
Right.
I'm the only one talking about this right now. I'm the one that's bringing light to this.
Okay, I'm trying to find your official account on TikTok. Which one's got that?
Yeah, my official. It's Real White Rabbit 1717.
Okay, that's the one I need to find. Hang on just a second. So
yeah, that's my main account, the one with 80-something thousand followers. I keep getting banned. I'd be in the millions. I've had 100,000 people on my account. I built this account up in less than 2 months. I should be at 1 million followers, but TikTok don't like me very much.
Well, TikTok doesn't like any of us very much.
No,
YouTube doesn't like any of us very much. None of these things like any of us very much. So I'm going to Real White Rabbit 1717. Is it one of the pinned ones?
Yeah, the third one, the one where I'm in a gray hat and a gray shirt.
Gotcha. All right.
That's the one
here's what we're gonna do.
I got everybody talking.
Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna share this right here. I'm going to share this screen.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Here we go.
Yes, those are telephones being lighted into slots. It gets better. It gets better. Watch. You see what they're doing there, right? You're wondering who was answering. You're like, damn, you blocked somebody, and then poof, another account just finishes the sentence. Check it out. To answer your question, yes. One person on one computer. Look. You've seen the boxes, but have you seen the wall of fucking phones? Check it out.
Wow.
Yeah, you've seen that, right?
That's the old technology.
Look. You asked the rabbit to go down that rabbit hole. I gave you answers now. Do with it as you please. If you like this video, don't forget to repost it, like, comment, don't put emojis, because I think the American people should get some good, wholesome reporting like this.
Dude, that's powerful, man.
And that's the old technology.
Crazy. You know, we've heard the term bots for years, and I'm going to tell you, my friend, I'm technologically illiterate in a lot of ways. I have to teach myself every day. Man, I'm producing this show right now while I'm talking to you, and it's about to spin my brain out. Just trying to get it all done. It'd probably be second nature for you. But we've heard about bots.
Oh, yeah.
Forever. We heard Russian bots.
And if you call them out online, they magically disappear.
Where did you find that, man? I've never seen anything like that.
I just started Googling bot farms on Google, and you could actually go on Google, and they sell them blatantly, legally on Google.
You mean we could buy our own bot farms and fight fire with fire?
Bingo.
How do we get away with that? How do they get away with it?
Because it's disguised as an advertising tool.
You said disguised as an advertising tool?
Yes, sir.
Well, we've heard about bots forever. We've heard about the Russian bots from the 2016, 2017 election. We've heard about the Russia
That's
thing.
what Hillary was talking about. They just weren't telling us the truth of what they really were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so what
they're hiding it from us on purpose, 100% on purpose, being hidden from us. And social media has no control. It's out of control because they use these AIs for their system to fake engagement, but now it's being used for another reason, and it's a loophole. These illegal ones are getting in and causing all this disruption.
And how do we battle that? How do we fight that?
We have to keep talking about it, because if we don't make a big deal about it, this is not going to stop. There's over 150 data centers coming up across the United States.
Well, true, and they're popping up in big ways. We've got Meta involved, we've got Musk involved, and there's other big ones as well. AI is coming; it's coming whether we like it or whether we don't. Golly, I got to think there's got to be some things we can use it for that's good, but at the same time, it scares the crap out of me a little bit, my friend.
Everything that starts out with good, somebody finds a way to use it for evil. You know that.
True. But we also got to find a way to battle that and make people aware. And one of the ways is what you're doing, man. TikTok, using it. That's your superpower, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And people are going to know all about this and about how I'm talking like every country in the world is putting up these centers. And there's government agencies and political parties, as well as corporations, pushing this propaganda. Have you ever heard of the
You are back. You're breaking up bad. I had the last thing I heard from you, Rap. Have you ever
got to tell you one thing. When you put yourself on the internet and talk about what I talk, you too are going to start having problems with your internet and data connections. I'm calling out the people that are controlling our internet.
Yeah. I've seen it happen to me as well.
China is in my phone 100%.
Yeah. We have no autonomy at all. No. We have no autonomy. I was just watching yesterday some things about the Patriot Act, and I remember when that came into play. And I honestly wasn't politically paying attention at that time, but I was smart enough to know this can be used for evil, and it's been used for nothing but evil. There's a building in New York City that captures every metadata that comes through every phone in the United States at this point right now. Captures it all.
Yep.
And then they can choose if you are somewhere associated somehow, even by a sixth circle of influence, with somebody involved with what they would call terrorism. You're open game, baby.
They're also saying that these bots are also the ones that are doing SWATs on people and calling in fake gun scares to schools.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting bad. They could come online and look like me or you and argue with you in the box, and it's all AI generated.
Guys and girls, if you don't think that's true, take a look at what's going on in the AI world. You can have an AI girlfriend today that you might not even know is an AI. Right. There's dating sites that are AI. 100% women are AI, and men don't know it. There was a guy that actually flew from, I don't know, somewhere in.
Yeah, I heard about that. He was getting married.
Yeah, he was getting married, and it was AI.
Yep.
And he killed himself, or he fell over with a heart attack or something 2 days later when he found out.
Causing real harm, and nobody's talking about it. And Donald Trump and the White House need to crack down on this now before it just becomes, they're going to end up lobbying this into law to where we can't touch it.
Well, and it may already be too late, Rabbit. I mean, it may already be there. When you talk about AI, that we learn at a certain pace. As a human being, we learn at a certain pace. Even let's say the school's all jacked up. School system it's jacked up, but it was designed 50 years ago or 60 years ago. You learn at a certain pace on average. AI learns at 1,000 times that pace.
Oh, man. Unbelievable. These AI systems and these bot farms could literally be in every single social media app like God at one time, saying the same thing, arguing with millions of people off of one, like a standard box farm. If you look in your search bar, if anybody's on TikTok, any social media site, including TikTok Shop, look up box phone farm. You'll see hundreds of advertisements of what they do and the sophistication using AI to post on. It could be Martha Stewart. Like, have you ever seen cooking shows and all of a sudden FDJT comes at the bottom? Or give me the Epstein list comes on the bottom. You're like, why is this political? Because it scans the internet and looks for any open chat to spread. So it makes it look like the Democrats and the far right liberals have millions of people supporting them, and they don't. It's nothing but paid agitators like Jolly Good Ginger pretending to do to sit in at the Washington, starting a GoFundMe, and then they go back to the hotel room and party with the cash. Every one of these people are not genuine. Like, you go on these places and these people are asking you questions. If you Google a trigger list, there's a list of trigger words and trigger topics that just trigger Trump supporters. These liberals are going online and just reading from the script. They can't answer questions. If you corner them and say, well, what do you mean by this? They'll go to the next question because they don't know. It's all paid for. And the rest of the people that support him are like that trans lunatic that shot up those kids in that church with all of the Democrat slogans written all over his fucking weapons. Like, and they're just changing the subject. Like, oh, that wasn't a Trump supporting white man. Well, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Palestine some more. Unbelievable.
Let's just take a look at that, man.
Yeah.
I got bot farms pulled up right now. We've got YouTube with Eric Schwartzman showing something similar to what you had up there. We got Inside the World of AI Bot Farms. This was one Google search, guys. I just put bot farms in the search, and I'm a dummy, so I'm just following your lead. What else should we throw up there, Rabbit? What else should we throw up there, Rabbit? I'm Googling that bot farms right now. Are you there? Yeah, you're
they're
locked
trying
up.
to knock my reception out right now. Let me try to find a better spot. They've been doing this to me a lot lately. Ever since I've been knocking these things out, my phone, they've been knocking my internet out left and right, including my house, by the way.
Yeah. We've got bot farms on there. What else should we Google and look up for you there?
Well, have you looked up phone box? You looked up the phone box farms, right?
Yeah. I got
and now look up data centers.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, data centers.
Data centers. Here we go. Kansas City data center, Louisiana data center, $50 billion. Virginia data center, Florida data centers, 125 facilities. Yeah, good Lord, man.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
It's taking it over. We are being taken over. I've said this for 5 years. I've said this for a good 5 years. We are in a war that you can't see.
Yes. They're hiding it from us.
They are. Everything we've been lied to about everything. It's all being hidden, and it's starting to be exposed. There's some stuff like what you're doing. There's people that are exposing some truth, but a lot of times we've been so brainwashed that it's a for people to contain it and to bring it in and believe that it's real. Dude, like I told you, you and I had a conversation. You and I had a conversation the other night, and I was one of these guys, man. I fought for my country. I was in Desert Storm 35 years ago. I was a good American. I was a Southern Baptist Christian, good young man, American. Believed my God was my God, and still love God to this day. Believe my country loved me. Believed they had their best interest in mind for me because I'm a patriot. I fought for this country. I found it.
And it's our government that's facilitating all of this and doing it to all of their people. It's happening in Europe. If it wasn't for Trump and Hillary would have got in, we'd be even with Europe right now.
Oh, no doubt about it. We would be flooded with immigrants, with asylum seekers that are really just undercover takeover agents.
You can see the Democrats fighting for it right now. Remember they said that they didn't want it for votes and for gerrymandering for senators and congressmen. Now they're not even hiding it.
Yeah. So you're right. And people are finally starting to wake it up. It took going to jail for that to happen to me. It took going to jail illegally for that to happen.
It's amazing going to jail and then finding out then they're going to investigate what you did. But you have to sit in jail while they do it.
Oh, brother, they threatened me with another year and a half without any evidence whatsoever that I'd done anything wrong.
They don't care.
I had the
private jails, private prisons, man.
Oh, baby. I had to threaten my attorney in order to get myself out on my own top. But by then I'd lost everything. I'd lost my home.
Kind of absurd when you have to tell your attorney to fight for you, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable, buddy. But the system is broken. The system is bad. Here's the thing. There's three parts to America. There's the land, and I love my land. There's the people. I love the people, would fight for them today. And then there's the government. The government can kiss my lily white butt, baby, because they are to the bone.
They are the ones that are facilitating all these illegal migrants. They're the ones spending. Remember when Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats said $20 billion for a border wall was too much money? But now hundreds of billions to a war that's never going to be won seems to be a better idea to spend our money on. And how dare we question it?
20 billion was too much for a wall, but how much did we facilitate to the millions of people that crossed that border? You know,
they were denying, remember, that anybody was crossing the border. Remember, they lied about it. They said, oh, that's not happening. That's conspiracy.
Well, here's the good news.
Now they're admitting it.
Here's the good news. I learned how to go directly to the source. So I know people that are Border Patrol agents. I know people that are living on that border. I know people personally. J.J. Carroll, a friend of mine, a documentarian, 24 years in border security, Border Patrol. And he's documented the millions that have come across. And, you know, the government will admit to about 18 million. The true number is closer to 30 million during that 4 years of the Biden realm. 30 million people is the total population of about the 11 least inhabited states of the U.S. 30 million.
There you go.
Is equal to about 11 states of the United States. That's crazy.
I'm in here in Panama City Beach, and there are millions of them here. People don't talk about it. There are millions of them here.
Yep. Well, I'm in
millions
South Florida.
Here in Panama City Beach. Yeah.
I'm in South Florida. You used to live down here, you know. And it's
I lived in Fort Lauderdale, Miami. I know. It's not even America down there. I always tell people, I was like, oh, South Florida is another country. It's different there.
Well, people don't understand it. I think it's even worse down in Miami. More so.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you go to places.
I used to live on South from boats to the shore and run in. I literally see it happen. People running right to shore.
Yeah. Well, same thing happened here in Pompano Beach, which you wouldn't think of, Pompano Beach, but the Coast Guard captured 22 Chinese fighting age males coming in off of a boat running up the beach about 2 months ago. So it's here. It's happening.
And Pompano Beach, you might think that's
man, you were good for a minute. They got you attacked again. Hey, I'm going to take a quick break.
What they do is when I got here, see that truck over there with the door open?
Yep.
See it right there? That's a city truck. And the minute I got here, he turned on his ham radio and put his antenna out his window, a little handheld antenna. This has been happening to me a lot ever since I've been calling out these box farms, because I'm pissing off corporations and countries right now. Major multimedia freaking extraordinaires are pissed at me because I'm calling out their scam. So once you get on social media, they got in your phone. They can control your phone. You give them permission to even your banking app. Remember that. So when you start calling them out and you start doing damage, you're going to notice your phone and everything's going to start acting crazy. That's a fact.
Dude, that is a fact. And, you know, we had people that were throwing a fit here even recently about the real ID that we've got to have to travel.
Yeah.
We've got real ID sitting in our pocket for the last 10 years.
I've had a star on my license forever. As far as I can remember having a license, over a decade now. And I was like, that's what that star is? I didn't know.
Don't need the real ID when you got a smartphone walking around in your pocket for the last decade. They've got everything they need on you right here and now. And y'all don't think when a guy like Rabbit starts making a difference, and dude, you're just a regular dude, man. You're a regular Joe American dude. Your background was detailing cars. It's not like
I detailed in dealerships. That's what I did.
Yeah, it's not like you've been groomed to be a celebrity. Just like
and now I'm pissing off BlackRock.
Yeah. You need to make sure you're right with Jesus, baby, because you know they're watching you.
I'm in danger. I know it, but I don't care. This is what you do when you fight for your country. You put your life on the line.
Well, brother, I'm going to tell you, 200 and almost 50 years ago, when we had the revolution, it was guys like you and me that were making the difference. And you know, the
Bingo.
founding fathers, whenever they signed that line, baby, they signed that Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. They knew good and well they were signing away possibly their financial future, their wealth, their stuff that they own,
reputations, everything. I mean, yeah.
I guarantee you right now, I could be sitting in this big, beautiful house with a pocket full of money, just enjoying life. And instead, I've spent my money and to make people aware of what's really taking place. And I'm striving and working every freaking day to wake people up and so people can see what's actually going on. And brother, I commend you for that. Because
someone's got to do it, man. We got to stand up. We got to stop waiting for Superman to come and save us. Stop living in a fantasy world. It's us. We're over here arguing with each other because, like, if say a politician, a Republican or Democrat, if they do something wrong, we look for a voter with that letter next to their name and we argue with them, almost like somehow if we argue with each other, the politicians are going to listen to us. They're not. We got to go to our state representatives, to our senators, and to them and stop fighting with each other because that's what the whole idea is to keep us fighting for what they're doing.
Man, you've said more truth in that mouthful than maybe a lot of people know. Number one, and I've said this time and time again, people ask me, what can I do, Glenn? Well, first thing, get up off the dadgum couch. Everybody has got a talent of some kind. Mine just happens to be I've got a big mouth. I can sing a little bit. I'm not afraid of standing in front of somebody and calling it out. Yours, dude, you got this charisma. You've got this ability to put yourself into a place in social media. I ain't figured it out, man, yet. I ain't figured it out, brother. I haven't grown at all. And you go out and just explode. So you've got your talent and you're not.
I've only been doing this for a little over a year or two. You know, I'm up there with the creators that have been doing this for years. I've only been doing this for about a year and a half.
See, that's your talent. That's your superpower. So number one, get up off the couch and do something. Number two, quit griping at these people that we have been designed to hate. And I get caught up in it too, man. I'm going to tell you, I do. Not very often, but I got caught up in a Reddit this week, the last couple of days, where I've been going back and forth with some dude that says the guns are the problem and abortion is a woman's right and all this stuff. And it pissed me off, and I got caught up.
What they're doing is, right, especially if you're talking about it now, they're deflecting from the fact of what this trans man had written all over his weapons. It's because of their rhetoric, and they're going to sit there and deflect the weapons. They're going to go back to Palestine. They're going to go back to Abrego Garcia again because they know that this is their rhetoric that almost took Trump out twice, and it's their rhetoric to why now trans people seem to be attacking children in Christian schools, thinking that wiping out children is the way to save democracy. The Democrats need to be labeled a terrorist organization immediately, and people need to start getting prosecuted and jailed.
Well, and brother, I don't know the exact numbers, but I do know watching the last 4 or 5 years, every school shooting in the last 4 or 5 years that I can think of was involved with a trans shooter.
Yep, a trans indoctrinated leftist.
Exactly.
And that think killing children is a way to do it.
That's a micro percentage of our population. That ain't mathin', maybe.
What about that senator that just came out scream? Only thing she said for a minute straight is, "We love trans people." Started off small, built up to started screaming. This is a sitting U.S. senator making laws for people, and she's obviously having a mental breakdown in front of everybody for trans people. I mean, they're acting like this is the biggest civil rights movement since the civil rights in the 60s, when it's fucking nothing. It's a flop. And all they're doing is making these trans people think that they have to start killing people because they're going to get killed first. Nobody's trying to kill trans people. Nobody cares. Only thing we care about is they went from respect me to obey me. And that's where we're drawing the line. We're not threatening nobody.
Yeah, not only obey me, but celebrate me and make me feel special.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I feel badly for some of these people because they've been indoctrinated. Brother, we as human beings have a desire to be validated. We do. We want to be noticed. We want to be validated. Hopefully that's happening at home. Mom and dad are doing that. Hopefully mom and dad are doing that. But if it's not, then we look for it in other places. That's why gang membership was so big in the 70s in the inner cities, because there was no validation at home. They had a place where they felt special. You know, they might get the crap beat out of them, but they felt special. It's the same mentality that's taking place right now. There's not more
belonging to something. Yep.
exactly. There are not today more sexually disoriented people in this world. They're not. There are people, though, that are feeling not validated, not seen, not loved. And all of a sudden, we've got the left screaming, it's okay. You can be your authentic self. You think you're a woman and you're really a man. It's fine.
Let's celebrate your mental thing, and let's make it worse. Because if someone's mentally screwed up and they became trans just to get attention, and they get their bottom surgery, know what that does to somebody? It causes them to write Democrat slogans on weapons and shoot up children in a church.
Well, not
That's
only
what
that,
it causes.
yeah, it does, and also the psychedelic drugs that they're taking.
They're giving them, yes.
Yeah,
hardcore antipsychotic shit that actually stops your brain from reproducing new brain cells, which causes brain damage. That's what they're giving people. Like if people have PTSD, they're giving them gabapentin. Do you know what that does to your brain?
It's not good.
They're giving them gabapentin. That's a psychiatric drug.
Rabbit, I don't think I've ever told this publicly ever, but I came into the VA system in 2007. In 2011, I went in to get my physical started because I was getting a little bit older. And we talked about depression, and they're like, well, do you want to talk to somebody? And, oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe let's talk to somebody. Before long, they had me on Wellbutrin in 2011 for depression. It didn't help me. It pissed me off. And after a few months of being on it, I just decided to go off of it. Rabbit, that was a bad idea. If you go off that stuff cold turkey, you absolutely short circuits your brain. And I had a meltdown.
Exactly.
I'm a stable dude. I don't have meltdowns, but I had a meltdown one day and realized this is sick, man. This medication.
Yeah, you can't control your emotions on that. Yeah, on gabapentin, you cannot control your emotions. You will flip out.
Yeah. Thankfully, I hadn't been on it very long, and the side effects didn't last but a day or two, but it was rough for a couple of days.
Yeah, you can't have PTSD and take gabapentin. Gabapentin and PTSD do not mix together.
I see, and I don't know anything about gabapentin, so you're a step ahead of me on that. But I do know these psycho drugs that they're putting these people on are addictive. They change the chemistry of the brain. They become controllable in many cases. And I think there's another rabbit hole to jump down. We can talk about the CIA. We can talk about the MK Ultra program. That was all done by design. And pharmacy comes from the Latin word pharmakia, which is witchcraft. There's some real stuff there, baby.
Right. It's not by accident. You think the United Nations picking the address 666 was an accident?
Not at all.
They picked that number. That was not the number next on the list. They picked it. Hey, they could have made it 555 or 668 or 665. No, they chose 666. Not an accident, people. Wake up.
That's a
evil.
Real
The prophecies are coming true. Armageddon should be starting next month. I mean, according to prophecies.
Yeah.
The end of the 25 years. The end of the 25-year war is upon us. And Apophis, the Apophis, that meteorite, is supposed to be that Apophis, that wormwood. That's what they're saying that Apophis is wormwood from the prophecies.
Man, I've studied my Bible for 45, 50 years. That stuff's ahead of me, but I do know this. Prophecies have been fulfilled. The devil is real. We hear, we hear things about Satan worship, and people think, oh, well, that's not real. Bull. Baal.
We've been desensitized to it through music and movies.
Well, that's how the devil won, is he made the world believe he wasn't real. Baphomet.
Yeah, he's just a game. He's just a character to imitate. Yeah, it's a game to them now.
Sure. And you hear the same thing about these apostate people that coming online that are blaspheming God and saying, he's just a cartoon character in the sky. He's just an old gray-haired man if he's real at all. Well, guys and girls, I got something to tell you. There is a God. There is a true God. He did create this place. He does love you. He's just waiting on you to say, hey, show yourself to me. And he will. Then you got a decision to make. And I dare you, if you're one of these people, you're probably not one of these people watching me. You're probably not. But if you are one of these people that think God's not real, go somewhere after we get done here and just call out to him and say, hey, if you're real, reveal yourself to me. And then I want to hear what happens. And I'll get you my daggone phone number. We can talk about it.
I always like to quote Robin Williams. He said, if you don't believe you're God and you find yourself walking around in the afterlife, you have a lot of reconsidering to do.
Absolutely, you do. And with God being real, that also means the devil is real. You know, we hear things about the Satan worship. Y'all, they're still using the old names, the old demon names. Baphomet.
Baphomet, that's the one that they're worshiping now because of the children. Why do you think the children are such a big target right now? They're sacrificing the Baphomet is what they're doing.
Well, and it's so disgusting that you don't hear about it a lot.
They hide it from you, just like the data. It's the data centers that are controlling the narrative on everywhere. Like if your video right now, this podcast, it's getting pushed out based on the bot farms. These phone box farms and the data centers are controlling the narrative on every social media platform in the world.
Yeah, and we know that. And I've got friends in this world, man. Again, we go back to how do we find out the truth? Well, you got to go to the truth. You got to go to the point of the truth. And I've done that. I've got a buddy, Craig Sawyer, that's SEAL Team 6. He has got Veterans for Child Rescue. He's been for many years pulling kids out of sex trafficking. We've got Basil Boss, 33 years pulling kids out of sex trafficking. Former Green Beret. These guys are seeing it. So we go back to Baphomet.
And nobody wants to talk about it because they don't want the people to know children are in danger. They're hiding it.
Well, that's true. And the only way we can defeat the devil is to put him into the light. The only way we can put him in the light is to talk about it and expose it. So let's go to Baphomet. And people think, you know, I've heard that name. What's that all about? Well, you know, Hillary Clinton supposedly worships Baphomet. And it's, what does that really mean? You want to go to the Old Testament and find out what that really means. Baphomet was a demon god that was created in the form of a bronze statue with his hands laid out like this in front of him.
What is up is so is below. That's why two fingers up, 2 fingers down.
Exactly. The reason they designed this bronze statue of Baphomet with his hands out in him was where they sacrificed their children. They would build a fire in the bottom of that hollow bronze statue, so hot that it was screaming white, and they would put their babies in the hands of Baphomet. How disgusting.
And you've seen them in Iran, all the women standing in line offering their children to be sacrificed for the good of their God. Who do you think they're sacrificing their children? It ain't Allah. They think they are. It's not Allah. It's Baphomet. Why are they offering their children up for sacrifice for martyr? Wake up. It's evil. That's what it is.
It is evil, my man. It is evil. Well, we're getting wound up. I need to take a real quick break, and I want to show the reason I do what I do, man. Years ago, God brought me back to music. I thought that's what I was going to do. Speak a little truth from the stage, kind of do that thing. And about a year ago, I released a new song, went to shoot the music video, and found out that God had more of a plan for me than what I knew. Had no idea I'd be in the world here with a movie, with a podcast, with a foundation. But we just got back from New York about a month ago with our first veteran. His name is Joshua Holm. Let me show you what took place there, and then we'll come back and we'll have us a chat, brother.
So I had a 60 millimeter mortar that landed 3 feet in front of me, and so it didn't cook off. And so it technically they would consider it to be a dud, but it wasn't a dud. It had a broken propeller on it. I got pictures of it. I carry with me and stuff. It's about the size of a 1.5-liter bottle. But it has kill radius about 25 meters, 20 to 25 meters. So basically, if that round would have went off, then confirmed dead would have been 20 to 25 meters. Been 31 months since I've been able to stand on even with a brace, or being able to take one single step. So it's been 31 months to the day yesterday.
And then God leaned in and he said, you know what? You're going to do a foundation. You're going to be the one to help these boys, and some girls, I'm sure, get to walking again, back on their feet.
It became so real when we physically came here and I physically got to see face to face to that unit. And knowing that, I mean, like I said, it's pretty much like an avatar. I mean, I felt like I, plugged in and we became one, like I was breathing with it, like, I mean, it just incredible. I mean, I can't even imagine, I can't even describe the feeling that I have but like it was like deep down inside of me, it's like, you know what, I felt like I can fight again. I really am able to stand again, and I'm like, I can do this.
Like, I guess the sense of pride, like to stand tall, no matter what height you are. Not a jab at Glenn, but just to stand. Just to stand, I think, is huge. We take it for granted.
Y'all, Joshua has spent 22 years since 2003 when he was deployed to Iraq, Operation Iraqi Freedom. He was deployed. He spent 22 years battling the injuries that he received during that time. He was hit 3 times. He was hit with a shotgun slug, 2 shotgun slugs right to the chest. It was in his armor, didn't kill him, bruised him up pretty bad. He was hit with a side blast from a mortar explode. Actually, a dud went off in front of him 3 meters and showered him with gravel and rock, cut him up. And then the next one was a side blast from a mortar that wounded him, and he took off running, landed in a hole, knocked himself out, fell down 12 feet, broke both legs, and his tailbone was splintered. He's been beat up. He got home, was going through all kinds of different therapies. And for 22 years, he's fought to overcome the wounds that he received in 2003. 3 years ago, almost, one of those wounds in his neck completed, and it chest down paralyzed him. So he's not taken a step in 3 years until we went to New York about a month ago, put him in that exoskeleton. We are raising money right now. We're raising money to put him in that thing permanently when it becomes available through the FDA when they approve it. So go to givesendgo.com/finish this fight. It's right here. Givesendgo.com/finish this fight. And man, give your Starbucks for a day. Give your night out. We go out and take our loved ones to a dinner. It's going to be $100, $5, $10, $50, $100, $1,000. What you got available is going to help. These units are going to cost us about $150,000 each. We've raised about a little over $10,000. So we $140,000 left to go just for the one. But here's the thing, guys. There has been less than 100 of these old style exoskeletons given out in the last 10 years to military personnel. With the new style in place coming through the FDA here from a country that's out of France coming into the U.S., technology is 10 years advanced to what we've got in the U.S. When that's available, we'll have somewhere between 20 and 30,000 men and women, military, wounded, chest down, paralyzed, that should be able to walk again with the help of the technology. Less than 100 in 10 years. We want to do 100 in the next year and a half through the Finish This Fight Foundation. Want to embarrass our government. Want to do some things that will get their attention so that we can help our veterans get back up and walk again. Now, looks to me like Rabbit may have gotten kicked off. I bet he's looking for a place right now. Yeah, he's looking for a place right now to be able to go and get back on the podcast here. But let's show a little bit more of his stuff here. I want to show you what this dude's all about. Here's one of the challenges that I've got being technologically illiterate in a lot of ways, having to do this thing on my own, is trying to get back and forth while I'm talking to you guys. Here we go. Here we go. Now this is getting ready to be a little loud because he tends to get a little loud, but here we go. Check this out. All right, guys, here we go.
And look up Phone Box Farm. Just like this. Phone Box Farm. You're welcome. Look, guys, there's something you have to look up on TikTok right.
That's number one. Check this
Let me
out.
show you some pictures of these data centers. In other places, they're called phone box farms. Same shit. Check out the scale of this right here. You see this right here? Fucking massive. Yeah, right here. Look at these massive fucking cooling units on top of these buildings. You know what they cool? Computers. And here's the reason they don't show you the inside of these complexes. Yeah, they have fucking loads, rooms full of this shit. And you see the scale of that warehouse. What does that look like? 50, maybe more, 1,000 square foot? And you seen the fucking cooling? Massive computers. And yes, I'm sure you guys have heard of these data centers popping all up. And they're giving you lots of jobs in your towns, aren't they? They're really touting them. Republicans and Democrats love these data centers. So come on, guys, let me know if these data centers are popping up in your area and if you ever seen the inside of any of these and what their functions actually are for. Let me know that in the comment section. Don't forget to share the shit out of this. White Rabbit's blowing up this hashtag trend. Phone Box Farm. Hashtag that shit. Let's put light on this and blow the fraud off the fucking hinges.
Guys, that is the White Rabbit, man, and I think he has been dropped, has not been able to come back on. We may get him in a minute, but let me just finish up with this. Your job and my job as Americans that love God and love this country is to be loud. It's not to be polite. We've been polite too long. That's one of the reasons Trump is stirring everything up. He came in like a bull in a china closet, and he's tearing crap up. It's got to happen. You know what, Glenn? Well, we got to be humble. We got to be meek. No, meekness and weakness are not the same thing. And I promise you, when Jesus came through the temple with a blade, with a whip that he made, by the way, he made that whip himself. When he came through the temple and he was turning over tables and he was beating the crap out of the money changers and he was doing that, he was not meek. He was not happy. He was not weak. He was pissed off and he was righting some wrongs. We've got to do the same thing. And y'all, if you love this country, you love God, you love America, take my advice. Look for what you're good at. God has given you a talent for such a time as this. You know, David was anointed in the Old Testament as king. He was the least of his brothers. In fact, when Samuel went to his father and Jesse, his father Jesse, and said, "Bring me your sons so that one of them is going to be anointed as king." And he brought everyone in front of Samuel with the exception of David. He left David out in the field to watch the sheep. And Samuel went through each and every one of his sons. So this is not him. Do you not have another one? And he brought David, and David was anointed as king. Didn't happen immediately. Took a lot of years. God had to mold him. Well, guys, it didn't happen immediately for me either. I'll be 58 next month. God is using me in ways I never, ever dreamed that I would be. I thought I was just writing a song, man. And even that was crazy because I'd been out of music for 19 years when he brought me back in. So I'm telling you all this to tell you, you have something God needs to use to help us fight and win this country back. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's an ability to talk. Maybe it's ability to communicate. Maybe you like people. Maybe you can knock on doors and you can find somebody locally that's running for an office there that you think you can trust. Pray about it, man, because there's wolves in sheep's clothing all around us, but it starts local. Maybe you can knock on doors. Maybe you can help with the upcoming midterm elections. Maybe you could start your own channel. Maybe you can sing. I don't know what it is, but there's something that God has for you, and he wants you to be part of this fight. In fact, let me just play something real quick for you. And I haven't done this at all on this channel. I've never shared this live. And let me do this because I want you to see how God works. This was years and years ago that, so I wrote this song in 2005. And I actually 2021, I'm sorry, not 2005, 2021. Y'all remember the pandemic, right? The great pandemic that was so much crap and so many lies. And and things like that that we were dealt with. So I woke up in the middle of the night one night, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and in 15 minutes I wrote this song. You think God can't use you? Let me just show you how God has used me. Here, take a look at this. Here we go. Off we go. Boys and girls, we are having problems today. I mean, one thing after the other. Looks like Rabbit might be back. Let me see. Nope, he went away again. Y'all, we are having problems one after the other, and I've never run into this. So we're going to end it right here. Go to my YouTube channel. Go to Glenn Baker Band on YouTube. Check out the video for Finish This Fight. Most importantly to my heart right now, help me help this young man. Go to givesendgo.com/finish this fight and give what you can give. Let's get him up and walking again. He deserves it, man. 22 years after his battle, he's still fighting over the wounds that he received. We can help him walk again. I need your help. Guys, this is Glenn Baker with a lot of challenges on today's podcast. We've been beat up on the internet. We've been beat up on trying to share stuff online. On the podcast, we've been beat up time and again, but guess what? We don't give up. Next Tuesday, join me. I've got a surprise for you. Can't tell you right now, but it's going to be a good one. Guys, you know Uncle Glenn loves you, and I'll bring Rabbit back on. And oh, by the way, he is involved. He's going to be part of this fundraiser. He's going to be part of the telethon that will be coming up in September. We're going to shoot hard. By the way, we'll be introducing a walkathon, chance for you to take part in the Finish This Fight, Joshua's Journey walkathon. Guys, I love you. I'll see you on the other side.
Forward, halt, left, 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 right, your left, 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 right. Arkansas boy with a lifelong plan took the oath like his old man, then turned around proud and shook his hand. L.A. kid stood right behind, took a deep breath and signed on the line, while tears streamed from his mama's eyes. They hopped right up on that Greyhound bus, swapping stories. They laughed and cussed, and they talked about the girls that they loved. They made a pact, shined up their boots, got the call